guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for coming back again. If you are new here, my name is Takeda Joseph, and on this channel we're focused on growing and helping others grow in God, life and makeup. And I'm sure you're probably wondering, but what is this title about, right? But guys, I was away for such a long time, and just being away from Trinidad, because I'm Trinidadian if you're not from the Caribbean and you're watching, just being away from Trinidad made me appreciate so much things about Trinidad, right? So in today's video we're going to be discussing some of those things. I have about 5 things here, but if I remember anything else while speaking, I'm going to add it in. And you too, if it is you have been away from your home country or Trinidad for a while, maybe like 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years, what are some of the things that while away it made you appreciate home so much more? So that's what I'm going to be discussing in this video. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Takeda Joseph. I'm going to put it somewhere there, and let's just get into this video. Right guys, so I know like everybody have this, especially Caribbean people, have this bad concept. I would say it's a bad concept now, that everything outside of Trinidad is just so amazing. Everything outside of the Caribbean is just so much better, so much, you know, so much like better quality. Like the hairdressers outside of Trinidad is better, and the nail techs outside of Trinidad is better. But guys, my number one point is what I missed most about Trinidad while I was away was getting my hair and nails done and me actually loving it. You all have to understand that because in like the US and UK, right, there's so much people and so much variety. It's like everybody's doing hair, everybody's doing makeup, everybody's doing nails. It's like you can kiss so many frogs before you meet the prince. You know what I mean? Like, you could run through so many bad hairdressers before you get a good one. You can run through so many bad nail techs before you get a good one. And guys, when I realized that it was so hard for me to get a good nail tech, I was like, oh my gosh, if I could only sit down in Tamara or Lana's chair right now. When I realized to get some good braids, to get like just a good hairstylist, how hard that was. And then if it's not hard, it's like extremely expensive. But wait, let me not go there, right? So that's my point number one, like, because like it's just so easier to get good hair and nails in Trinidad and Tobago because we don't have that much people doing that. And because we're a small island, everybody's trying to perfect their craft. Or while in the bigger countries, it's just so easy to get a certificate in something, a certificate in that, a certificate in this, and then start doing something and you're a professional. But you really and truly don't know what you're doing. Like, that was just so hard for me, like not being able to get some good acrylics and not being able to get some good braids or a good weave, right? So point number 2 is everything is not cheap. Like, stuff is really expensive in the US. I know that we grew up thinking like everything is $1 and $2 and stuff like that, but it's just like the value of the dollar could get you more than the value of the dollar in Trinidad, but stuff is still expensive. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like when I think about spending $16 on McDonald's, 16 multiplied by 7, I think I mentioned this in a video before, that's a lot of money. When I think about going to dinner and spending $30, 30 by 7, 7, 14, 21, that's $210. You understand what I'm saying? So I remember my friends telling me, stop multiplying it, it's going to drive you crazy. So I actually had to stop multiplying it and just kind of get used to the US money, you know what I mean? So that's point number 2. Point number 3 is the food, guys. The food, I don't think you'll ever get used to the food. Like, I know, again, we grew up watching this on TV, like they have, you know, such nice foods they have, but even the fast food restaurants that we have in Trinidad, something is different about our fast food restaurants. Even the KFC, the McDonald's, the Burger King, you know what I mean? It was just so good to get good food. Like, you would spend money on food and it's not good. And especially being from the Caribbean, like our taste buds, the food, I would suggest, what I should have done if I knew better was bring a whole lot of things that I loved with me, and then that just would have been easier. And like even cooking Trini food in the US is kind of difficult because they have the ingredients but they don't have all the ingredients that we have in Trinidad. So the food is similar but it's not like really good. And even if you have family who cooks like real Trini food, it's like it's still okay. Let me tell you, dirty streets. Not like every single place, but you know, like just growing up in the Caribbean, we're like, oh, this is so dirty, this is so this is so that. I just can't wait to get out of here. And then you go to the UK and to the US and you're like, you know, it's so dirty. And I'm doing this video now, but I will do a video speaking about what are some of the things that I loved about the US and UK, and what are some of the things that made me love the US and the UK more than Trinidad. But this video is just about some of the things that I realized, like, oh, we actually have it good in Trinidad. So like some of the roads are like terrible also, you know, like, and you think that only in Trinidad we experiencing these things. No guys, some of these streets dirty, some of the houses, like, when I think about how luxurious we have, yard space to the back, to the front, we have so much land to build extremely big houses that when you go to cities like New York City and stuff like that, it's just like it don't even make sense. But I mean, like, it have different parts of the US where you would go and it's massive houses, but places like New York and like city living, it's just so small and clustered. So the last one is just being from the islands and that being what we are used to. Everybody's so laid back. Just being in the US and the UK made you appreciate home so much more. How laid back you could wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and you hear the chickens outside, or it's just a different life, you know. And there's no place like home. So yeah, it's just like being, you know, like away from home. I remember I would travel, and every single time I travel and I come back to Trinidad and I jump into my car and I hit the highway driving onto the airport, it's like this thing just lifts off your shoulder, like, oh, you're home, you know what I mean? There's no place like home that you know, there's just this comfort and this peace that's in your heart every time you land where you're from, you know. But in the next video, I'm going to be discussing some of the stuff that I appreciate. So the part 2 will be some of the stuff that I loved about just being away for such a long time. So thank you guys for watching this one. Look out for part 2.